Hey guys, OstricVox here, and welcome to my review of Gem Harvest. First things first, was this a disappointing episode? Was I disappointed by this episode? After all, it has to be filler, right? There are no gems, no fusions, nothing with Homeworld. That makes it filler, right? Well, no. One, we met Steven's cousin, and I did call it in my original video saying, who is that? Granted, by my leaked video, I thought maybe that could be his aunt or uncle, but I always thought it would be a cousin. Initially, my first thought was, that's his cousin. That is the son of Greg's aunt and uncle. And I was right! And for everyone else who guessed that, you, as Geekdom 101 says, you guys are great prognosticators. Word of the day for some of you. I was not disappointed by this episode in the slightest. I really enjoyed this episode. And think of it like this, guys. This was a Thanksgiving special. Thanksgiving is for spending time with family, giving thanks for everything that you're grateful for, and that's exactly what this episode did. It was a family episode. This episode would not have felt right as Thanksgiving special. We had Homeworld attacking out of nowhere. I know a lot of people want a new fusion, or this or that, or my favorite gem to be uncorrupted, but there's no reason for that yet. It would have felt really out of place, actually. But I digress. Haven't said that in a while, have I? We now know that Steven's last name is actually DiMeo, which I think Universe is better, but Steven disagrees. And I'm just so happy. This episode made me really happy. I love seeing all the gems get along, and I thought, oh, Uncle Andy's gonna have some great competition to see who claims the barn. I mean, I did know that he would be angry that gems are living in the barn, and he thought they were hippies, and then eventually he starts learning that, oh no, they're actually legal aliens. And it was great having Carl from Aqua Teen voice cousin Andy, honestly. And I don't think that, if that's Greg's cousin, why would that make him Steven's uncle? I was always taught that if it's your parents' cousin, that makes him your cousin too. But that doesn't really affect the plot in any way, shape, or form. We met a new member of the DiMeo family. Steven has family. And this episode was important for a very specific reason. Everyone who's calling this episode filler is forgetting one crucial thing that this episode nailed in the head. Steven Universe isn't just about the gems. It isn't just about Homeworld. It isn't just about the gem war. It's about Steven being a human and a gem. And for that reason alone, every episode in Beach City is important. Yes, it's character development, but that's also Steven's daily life. And I'm going to ask you guys a very important question. Say we had little to no Beach City episodes. And okay, now let's say in the grand finale of the show, Beach City was in danger, and all the characters were in danger of dying. Are you going to have greater emotional impact spending the entire series with these characters, or would you have greater emotional impact spending little to no time with these characters, so with the citizens of Beach City, and let's say they decide to fight back? What emotional impact would you have with that? You would have little to none, because you didn't get a chance to know them. That is the greatest flaw in the fans who call any episode filler or the Beach City episodes unimportant. Because Steven Universe isn't just about the gems, it's about his human side too, and that's just as important. And I don't know if you guys realize, but the Beach City episodes outclass the gem episodes by a large margin. But back to the episode, I just enjoyed all the character interactions, and it was just the gems first Thanksgiving. That's really what this episode was. And that dinner table conversation, the bickering, the back and forth, the clapbacks, oh my god, all of it was just so great! We had all these characters interacting with each other, high-fiving each other, cracking jokes left and right, don't start another gem war, oh let me colonize this table, like that was brilliant actually! And it just made me so happy. This episode made me extremely happy. I loved it 100%. The art and animation was beautiful. And I also like the moral of how Uncle Andy was all make America great again, oh, you know, things are so different now. And he basically accepted that things will change. Steven helped him learn that. And that scene where he's like, we're good at use of your family, we're just gonna go dying on me. Granted, he didn't say the latter part, but that's what I thought he was gonna say. And just showing that he had emotional attachment to Steven already, it made my heart feel things. This may be one of my new favorite episodes of Steven Universe. I know you guys are thinking, oh, you're crazy. Oh, there was no plot advancement in this episode. But, like, what made this episode so good to make it a favorite episode? Because for one of the first times in a while, if ever, we just had the episode of the gems kicking back and relaxing and having a good time to show Uncle Andy that gems and humans, still pretty new territory, but not impossible territory. Nothing too difficult or groundbreaking. One of the core messages of the show that people just like to overlook because they want the diamonds, they want Homeworld, they want this gem uncorrupted, they want this gem and this gem to get together and fuse, my ship this, Connie that. And if you didn't get it by this episode, that's not just what the show is entirely about. That's half the show, but it's not the entire show. A few other things. This episode established that basically Rose is gone. Greg even says she's no longer with us. It's not, oh, you know, Steven turned into her, but oh, she could probably come back. No, like, this episode once again went to show that Rose is essentially dead. And I know that sucks, and I know that hurts a lot of people, and I know, oh, no, you don't have to see the proof. Oh, he may not just be dead. Guys, in the narrative of the show, it would not make sense for Rose to come back, or for Steven to even interact with Rose. Just like how the show is so relatable to LGBT and identity, and you can connect with that strongly, Steven is a bastard child. Rose and Greg never got married. 2, he is the child of a single father, and a lot of people grow up without one or the other parents in their lives. I was grateful to grow up with both of my parents in my life. But there are people out there who have deceased parents who they never got to know, who died in childbirth or sometime early in their life. How cheap would it be, and that would really cheapen the moral and the message you're sending with that, if Steven ever interacted with Rose, or something happened to Steven and Rose came back. That ruins the suspension of disbelief to those people. And well, I wouldn't want that, it's just shitty. And I know, like Naruto and other anime, like Naruto taught to Kushina inside Kurama and stuff, but while Steven Universe draws heavy influence from anime, it is still not an anime. It still has messages and stuff for kids who grow up with this stuff to relate to, for anyone who can relate to these issues to connect with. And just like the DeMayo family, a lot of my family doesn't talk anymore. They don't run off and pursue their own lives. They don't keep in touch. That's also one reason why I connected with Uncle Andy. He gave the gems a chance. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting him to hit off with Steven or get along with Greg, like how he did in the episode. But I'm so glad he did. Also, Lapis carrying Andy's tombstone, that killed me. I was not expecting him to burst into laughter like I did. And also, I'm pretty sure Andy's gonna come back. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna play a role in the plot. He has a plane that can travel the world. And while gems have warp pads, they don't have warp pads everywhere. And even then, Steven doesn't always have to travel with the gems. I just think that character who has access to basically any place in the world through his plane is not just gonna be a one-off character. Especially being Steven's relative. Also, Pumpkin Pupper, I loved him. I loved that so much. And the shifting into him also killed me. Yeah, we didn't learn about gem harvesting, that's even a thing at this point. Paradox could just made this since she's being harvested because you saw a lot of other gems there. Could be nothing on Homeworld, honestly, like we thought there was, but this was just a really feel-good episode. This was a really cute episode. We learned more about Steven's family, we learned his actual last name, or intended last name, because Universe always sounds like a fake corny name. And this is an episode I don't mind watching every Thanksgiving, or even just when I need a pick-me-up, because it showed that family is important, and I'm so glad Steven got to know that side of his human self, honestly. And his reactions to certain things, how the gems use the engines, and how he's pissed off about it, but then later he came around and said, well, they're being recycled, so maybe that's not so bad. Like, he was a really likable character. I wasn't expecting to like him as much as I ended up doing. Like I said, that scene of the gems at the family dinner table, and the cake, eating the cake and dessert first, but then, oh yeah, gems don't eat. Oh my god, and then with this coughing up, or burping up fire, because she ate all the cooking oil. Genius. Like I said, I loved this episode with all my heart. I really, really did. Was it the episode I was expecting? No. Was it still a good episode? Hell yes. It didn't need a big twist, or a fusion, or a threat from Homeworld to be a good episode. And that's what makes the universe so good. It doesn't need all these constant threats and constant drama to be good. It just needs to be human and relatable. Because even with the main plot, it's still a relatable show. Lapis's abusive relationship with Jasper, Amethyst feeling like she's inferior to others, Pearl's abandonment issues, or even the whole conflict between the Crystal Gems and Homeworld reflects real-life war in both sides, because both sides think they're right. But these are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours, so please comment down below. What do you think of this Thanksgiving half-hour special? Oh, shut up. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, it really helps me out. Like us on Facebook, Roundtable Vids, follow us on Twitter, links to everything in the description. Ostrich Vox, signing out.